Hi, welcome to the Peaceful Home. Today I'm going to give you a tour of my office, which is finally completed. If you're new here, welcome. I'm TeresaElling. I'm a professional organizer, a parenting coach, wife, and homeschool mom to 6 graduated kids. And this is, I believe, the 4th video in a series of my master suite. And so we have several rooms connected, and first was decluttering in my bedroom and craft room as I pulled everything out of my office. The second video covered my husband's music studio, which went in my old office, and I've moved my office to this location in the small landing at the top of our stairs. I think today's video will show you how much you can do in a small space. The first thing I had to do in here was to paint the main wall, and there is only one small wall in this room. Next was wall coverings, so I put up the rods for those. Those I got at IKEA, and the curtains I believe I got on Amazon. I actually bought them probably over a year ago, and just with COVID and all these crazy things happening, it's just taken a while for me to get to this room. Originally it was just a mini guest room, and we wanted the curtains to be able to block light when people were staying here. Anyway, I think I got this on Amazon. I will put the link below if you're interested. I am actually super pleased with the quality of these. They are beautiful, they're soft, they flow or hang really nicely. I needed 7 curtains for this room, and of course they came in a pack of 2. So that means I either needed to get 6 or 8, and I was really trying to do this on a budget. I figured out by doing the measurements that I could get 6, and because these windows are extra small, I could cut down the panel and add a piece to another panel to make one large curtain for this window. The next thing I did was bring in the desk and the other furniture. I really had to do a major declutter of my office supplies. Just because you have something doesn't mean you need to keep it. If you have enough envelopes to last you 5 years and you have a small space, donate some. Cut down on your inventory. Buy only what you need from then on out. I also had to declutter my files, and I went through my main file box, and I just pulled out each file, did a real quick scan, tossed anything that I could get rid of, outdated, something that I could find on the internet, or something that was no longer of interest to me. I probably cut the paperwork down in half. I cleared out all of my daily files, and these are 2 file boxes with horizontal files that pull out, and I love these so much. I'm not even sure if IKEA still carries them, but please check online if you're interested because they're awesome. So I was able to store all of my paper, my envelopes, my plastic protector sheets, my cardstock, as well as my weekly files, just things that I get to frequently, something for YouTube or for a client, for the Airbnb, and also a slot for things that need to be filed. That way, if something needs to be filed, I have a spot to put it quickly, and then when that gets full, I pull it out, I file it all, and everything's organized again. These are my binders. They are kind of like my life. The really important things, like my important document binder, a financial binder, a binder for the Airbnb, and my house binder. And I'd love to do a video in the future showing you how I organize with binders, because that's just kind of a separate component from my file system. Other than the curtains, which are new, but I bought them so long ago, I ended up only purchasing one thing for this room, and that is this little office caddy. And I got this off of Amazon. It has 3 slots and a little drawer, and this is mainly for my receipts. I end up having receipts for church, for personal, for Peaceful Home, and I also have receipts for the Airbnb. So I needed something that could handle 4 different categories. Sometimes with paperwork, it's really about having a temporary spot where you know something will be in case you need it until you can get it put where it really belongs. And I have a couple of videos on organizing paper, and I'll link those below if you're interested in getting all of the paperwork in your home organized at one time. I have this little basket down here just for binders, for the hole punch, for just extra supplies and things that didn't fit in my desk drawer. So actually, let's move on to my desk. I've got 2 drawers here, and I took the time to pull everything out, get it all reorganized. This is what the drawers look like before, and then this is what they look like after. I took a few minutes to pull everything out, sort, get rid of not only clutter, but again, excess. Do I really need 4 mini notebooks that I hardly ever use? 1 will do. So I just donated the rest. Now, in the end, I decided that because this is also my sewing corner, I'll be keeping my craft supplies in the armoire in my bedroom, but this is where I will set up my sewing machine when I sew. And I really want my basic tools at my fingertips when I'm sewing, so I decided to move everything office related to the left and make the right sewing supplies. On my desk, I have my computer and keyboard and speakers. And of course, I already showed you how I covered the cords in the back. I've got my bulletin board here for putting up inspirational things or quick reminders, my picture of pens, and just a little faux plant that I got at IKEA. And it just brings a little bit of life and greenery to this spot on the desk. I did need to have the printer in here, and I was not excited about that because the only place I could imagine putting it was on my desk. As I looked at the space, I realized I had room over on the side. If I could get a little table, I could put the printer over there. Well, I went to my husband with a plan. I said, is there any way you could make this for me, like today? And he grabbed scrap wood out of the barn and made a spot where the CPU for my computer could go underneath. There's a small shelf for printer paper, and the printer sits right on top. And I just love that this doesn't take up room on my desk, but it's still really handy. I absolutely love the windows in this room. It just brings in light, and especially the 3 seasons other than summer, I can have these curtains open, let the light in, and see the beautiful view of the mountains, of the trees. I can even see the river from here, the playground. This was my view yesterday. This mama deer has been coming on our property with her 2 babies. And the playground, for some reason, seems to be a favorite spot of hers, and they all hang out. Sometimes they lay down under the treehouse. It's really sweet. But the view out here is lovely. I don't know how to clean these windows. We are 2 very high stories up. I'm wondering, have any of you used that window cleaner that you attach to a hose and you spray up on windows and you let it air dry? I'm a little skeptical about that, but it's the only way I can think of to try cleaning this because I am not getting on a ladder this high. That kind of terrifies me. I might need to just hire a professional, but if you've used that window cleaner, would you comment below and let me know if it worked for you? Now we're moving around the room from the more functional parts of the office and craft area to the more decorative areas. I've got this day bed. It's actually part of a this end up bunk bed. Have you had this end up furniture? If so, comment below, let me know. We still need this spot for extra sleeping. So the bottom, I used a piece of plywood. I put those sliders for carpet underneath the plywood and attached rope handles so that we could pull the trundle out when we need it and easily push it back in. I made these bolster cushions years ago, and I just ordered the foam, had it cut to size, and then I made these covers that close with Velcro, so they're removable and washable. I also used this gray tweed fabric to make basically a fitted sheet for the top that makes it look a little more like a couch. That was my intention. And now, after all these years of having the gray, I was kind of thinking I might want to lighten up the room a little bit. So this is what it looked like with the gray tweed. And this is what it looks like now when I tried just putting a king coverlet over the whole thing and adding some neutral throw pillows. I thrifted every single one of these pillows. They all have beautiful down inserts. And this is a blanket from my recent thrift haul in Palm Springs. I also put a blackout curtain in the entryway. There's no way we could put doors in here without a considerable amount of reconstruction. And so the curtain can be closed, blocking light and just giving privacy. Lastly, I have this little end table. The sides fold down. I cannot think of the name of it right now. If I find it, I will put it in print below. And I just decided I want my books just stacked around. I reference my home decor and organizing books quite a bit, and I just like having them around. I think they're beautiful to look at. I love from time to time just to grab one, like on a Sunday afternoon, look through the pages. So I just wanted to kind of stack my books up, and they actually all didn't fit on the table, so I started to stack on the floor. And then I added this one painting, which a friend gave me. It used to hang above her mantle, and I had always admired it. I thought it was so beautiful. And when she did some decor changes, she asked me if I'd like to have it. So I just feel so blessed. It's a beautiful piece, and I really love the size. I felt like to put a gallery wall in here or some small things would just kind of, I don't know, get lost in a way or feel cluttery because the space is so tiny. I just thought one large piece of artwork would be perfect. Well, what do you think? This office is finally done, and it is a huge relief to me after shoving things into corners of my bedroom all summer long. So finally done. I'm very pleased with it. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have a great day.